All right, let's do a thing.
All right, welcome to the I Want a Piece Enablers. My name is Joe, and I'm an entrepreneur. So this is intended to be a group of small business owners getting together, discussing the successes, problems, advice, and things that we all have in common from our different perspectives. Rather than trying to say that any one of us has the answers that you need to do, we have lots of different perspectives, so we can all share it from our various backgrounds. So personally, I'm an engraver. This is Alan.
Hi. Hi, I'm Alan. Oh, nobody's happy to see me.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh, I'm Alan, and I'm an entrepreneur.
Hi, Alan.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me. So I'm a professional corporate clients and do trade shows. And I'm really excited to have this together. Today I'm introducing the topic, which is mining your existing customer base. So I'm excited to get talking about it.
All right.
My name is Devin McDougall. I own an old school butcher shop that I grew up with my family business and everything like that, and took over about a year and a half ago. And I'm very excited to sit down with these guys, the enablers and everything like that. Also, hi, my name is Devin, and I am an entrepreneur.
Hi, Devin.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Kevin Gibbs, and I am an enabler
Hi, Kevin.
and an entrepreneur as well.
Hi,
You only get one.
You only get one
You only
eye.
get one, sorry.
Maybe I should do that.
The next one is bye.
The next one is bye.
I own a DJ business and a photo studio here in Dallas.
So, in terms of let's focus on the DJing stuff that you do. So, you bring up the question earlier about customer management?
Yeah.
Right. So, remind me what that was.
Well,
Not what customer managers, but the point you were bringing up.
so with customers, DJ to the wedding business, which is what we primarily do.
Okay.
You have clients that are reaching out to you for one of their biggest days, and managing their experience starts well before their wedding. The communication involved and the back and forth communication is extremely important to these people who are spending thousands of dollars
Right.
to have you run their wedding.
Right.
Something I learned many, many years ago is that there's 4 parts to a conversation. There's the sender and the receiver, the message, and the reply. And during that, I learned that the reply is the most important thing. It lets the sender know that the message was received, whether or not the content of the reply is what you wanted to hear or not. At least you know they got the message.
So you don't what
Exactly.
an actual response, even in a conversation, with
Right.
people nodding their
When you see somebody giving a presentation, for example, and people are kind of watching, you know that you're making connection with this person.
Right.
And in this day and age with email and with, we're on social media, we're on email, we don't have a lot of face-to-face encounters.
Mm-hmm.
A face-to-face encounter before their wedding or their
Right.
corporate event. I want to that over the years has been what people come back in reviews and, when they recommend me to a friend, and is what they say. It's a very personal,
Right.
situation.
Well, especially in the industry that you're in, where a lot of your business is driven through web-based counters, especially through third-party referral, which is more of the word of mouth, everything like that.
Well, how much would you
Especially-
say proportionally how much of your business would you say originates from online versus word of mouth?
Oh, I would guess that online is probably 40%. So probably 40.
Okay, so most of it's word of mouth then.
40. Yeah, most of
Okay.
it's word of mouth.
Okay.
I advertise, in the first, I've had the DJ business is focused on that. I've had the DJ business on and off for about 18 years.
Okay.
And I've been doing it solid now for 12. So when I started out, I didn't have the capital to invest in, let's say, putting an ad out on the Knot or even on Facebook, which...
Now, what is the knot? Because I don't know if everyone's familiar with that.
The Knot is kind of like Facebook for people who do weddings.
Okay.
You can go on the Knot, you can get
Tie the knot,
reviews.
gotcha.
Tie the knot, right?
Yeah. I got the joke.
You got-
Spot available. They're not.
the not
.com?
.com. Yeah,
Dot com,
sorry.
not dot
Hey,
com.
we love you guys.
No.
We don't know you. I mean, personally, I don't.
But it's a really good
let's do
website for people who do that. I mean, there's photographers and DJs and people who do flower arranging. And
I know about the knot because of my work. So
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay, yeah,
You're an
so-
entertainer, so you
Right.
would know about the knot.
Yep.
I've DJed many weddings where they have magicians or they have some type of performer and entertainment. So the knot, stuff like that. Back to what I was originally saying is I didn't have the capital, so all of it was word of mouth.
Right.
And if I, didn't follow through on a wedding, or I didn't communicate with this person, I let their email go for 6 weeks.
You're not booking it.
You're not booked,
No, you're
and
not.
you're not getting the word of mouth. So you
Absolutely.
potentially lost customers.
Mm-hmm.
I do weddings to this day of probably one of the best stories, and I'll keep it short, is that I did a wedding about 19 years ago for a couple, an older couple, who was getting married for the second time, and they had a 13-year-old daughter that was in the wedding, and 12 years later I did her wedding.
Oh, wow.
So, it's kind of like, made me feel old. But, I mean, that's word of mouth for
Right.
all those years later. It's very important.
Yeah, it's
It
like,
is.
hey, who's the DJ? We're getting Kevin Gibbs.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
and
even a question.
that was before I had a website, I was just doing, keeping that business is how you flow. If you think about any kind of business, you think about, for example, what Devin does. Devin has a family-based business, and his customers, I'm sure, are children of your father's customers, grandchildren.
Well, not so much my father at the first point,
Grandfather,
but
sorry.
yeah, it's my grandfather. And yeah, you're absolutely correct. Most of the people that know me that are longtime customers actually met me on the turn of events. My grandfather and my grandmother used to keep me in a beef box underneath some.
That explains the
portion of
smell.
counter.
It does.
It does explain the smell.
It does.
Which is delicious.
It is.
I
just
cannot
wanna
tell
lick
you.
it.
I walk into my bank and my bankers are like, "We love when you walk in because you just smell like heaven." I'm like,
Like chicken for me.
all right, cool. I guess cool. But I mean, seriously, they would look at, "Would you like to meet my grandson?" Well, I mean, sure.
He's in a
And,
meat
and
box.
they would reach down and pick up the meat box and open it up, and on blankets as an infant,
Baby
there I was, baby Devin.
All your glory.
You need another drink.
There isn't any
The-
more.
Oh,
yeah.
It's an 18-year scotch.
The-
Yeah, turn it sideways. We can't. We can't.
Oh.
they haven't paid for that yet. Oh, okay.
Hi, Devin McDougal. I know that this is MacDougal. There was an issue with Canadian services. It's McDougal.
He's Scottish. He's
Yeah,
Scottish.
no.
Legit.
Devin Scott
Yeah.
McDougal. Let's do this.
We have proof.
Joel
Well,
and
and-
Castle in Devonshire,
and-
Scotland.
I think another thing about following up is it's also important to remember that the people aren't machines. Right.
Absolutely.
You have to follow up, not because they're lazy or people you're trying to deal with. They're wanting the sale, but people just have so many different things going on.
This is a really
And
good
so,
point.
so there is and balancing that persistence without being annoying and different
I
things like
found that I have to sometimes, my limit is, I don't always get a sale until like the 5th callback.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right. And so it pays to be persistent, but
Yeah.
you
And-
have to.
And thorough, yeah.
But what I do is I like to do it. I like to change. I like when I first deal with the client. What I like to do is like, what's your preferred method of contact? Because if I get a
Yeah.
phone number, it might be text that they want instead
Right.
of phone. You don't know. So I always find out what that is, and then I try to vary it as much as possible. So if they like text, then maybe I'll text Facebook or do an email or something. So it's a passive ship in the bottle, but it's always through the same the essence of what they want to be contacted through.
The other side of that is that people don't want to feel like they're bothering you, even though
Right,
even
right.
Yeah.
though they're paying you. Hey, I'm gonna pay you, $3,000 to come out to my wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna feel like I don't want to call him, bug him with all these little details.
Oh, yeah.
So what I've done with that is on the website of it. In my regular career, I do a lot of work, internet work, web work. I wrote a website, and there's stuff that you can buy too. You don't have to write your own. You don't have to be a guru on the web.
Right.
that allows them to manage their music. So
Okay.
I do
Oh,
that,
wow, okay, that's-
and part of the client, the client is that the first meeting I have with them, it's in a guise to go over this web-based application. But in reality, what I'm doing is getting to know them.
Yeah.
In my business, and I'm sure in your business as well, as close to mine as yours is, and and you guys too deal with this, where if somebody walks in, you get a pretty good idea who they are. I think all of us as business owners, and I think business owners in general, are really empaths when it comes to. You have to
Well,
you
yeah.
have to be a mind reader in some size, and so
Oh, I am.
It's kind of a
I
dance.
actually turned that into a little bit of a sales tool at my shop. People come
Right.
in and they say,
Yeah.
I mean, how did you know that's exactly what I wanted, or that's the exact steak that I wanted?
Right.
And I joke about it and I say, hey, you know what? We have 6 months of butcher ESP training,
Right.
and we have to have that if
Right.
we're allowed
Yeah.
to be called.
And
and that
And
makes
it's
you
a joke, and it makes it personable, and
exactly.
and that creates a relationship between me and the client.
you also can run into the issue of giving people too much choice. Like I run into that with
Yeah.
engraving,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I do calligraphy engraving, right? And so like if I'm out at Canton or some sort of festival, right, I'll do engraving on rings. So people will see them out there, they'll love them, and I'm like, I used to be like, okay, well, what do you want on there? And people's minds go blank, right?
Yeah.
They have no idea what they love it. They think it's beautiful. It fits perfectly. You ask them what they want engraved on there, total blank,
Right.
right?
Wasn't that like the
so you don't
walnut
ask them.
jelly thing that you were? Were you the one that told me about that? There was this grocery store that had like 400 different types.
There
of
was
jam.
somebody that said that, but I've heard that story.
Yeah,
pe-
I
people
want
people will
400
easily
types of jam,
people will
like
easily
right
get
now.
overwhelmed by choice,
right,
Right.
and then they won't do
Absolutely.
anything.
and then won't do anything. right?
Decision fatigue,
and,
right?
and you'll lose.
In my business
I don't know
too,
if
it's
it's
like
fatigue, because decision fatigue comes from making another decision and then another,
Right.
and then another, and then another.
Well, if you go,
Right. But if you give
I'm
them,
going to get the
I would-
apricot.
I
so
would-
it's
no,
more of an
indecision.
overwhelm. Yeah, it's
It's
indecision,
indecision.
right?
I would
Or
call it
fear of making the wrong
paralysis.
choice. Yeah, it's much more
Almost.
paralysis. It is.
It's
Analysis
like a
paralysis, is that the-
Analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
I like
So
that one a
that's-
lot.
Yeah, well,
that's
especially
really good.
because when you're in the sale, when you're talking to clients, you're kind of leading so much of the discussion so far, right?
Correct.
And so you're taking the lead, you're moving along, you hand it over to them with a great big question mark, blank,
Yep.
right? And so don't, in a weird way, I'm not saying, you shouldn't give clients a choice. If they know what they want, do it absolutely.
Yeah.
But for the most part, people don't really know what they want until
Well, so
you
tell me
give
this
them a
pen
couple
thing,
of
right?
options.
It's important to make them think that what they chose on their own. People are independent by nature, but having packages like,
Yes.
I have packages.
Yeah, I have packages.
Devin's got packages. Around the holidays, hey, you can get this bundle or what. I've been in your shop, very good shop by the way, and I give them one of the things that I got known for in the business is that I don't have prices next to my stuff.
Me either.
And there's a lot of, you get on DJ.com or you get on any of these guys and you say, they have these packages that are preset pricing. Nobody is going to fit in that pigeonhole. Base packages and then let them add what they want or take away what they want.
Right.
And we quote based on that. And that
My
has
God,
been very
That's
successful.
right there. God, Kevin, that's
but-
probably, specifically in your industry,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is such a move, and it's so far ahead of the curve. Because a lot of the people out there, again, just
Yeah.
like what you're talking about, we're going to charge you a flat
Yeah.
amount to come out
Right.
and try to do something. When specifically, for instance, like you've got some Bridezilla that wants this,
Right.
this, and this.
Right.
And every girl deserves her day. She needs to be exactly where she wants to be.
Right.
But more, but
Not a
And-
can
and
of
it's
soup
your
off the
job
shelf.
to
You're
provide that, but that doesn't mean that your pricing doesn't change.
Right.
And so giving them a base package and then allowing them to add the
Well, and it's not
specific
trying to
things
sell
you
it, and
want
it's
to.
not an approach to sell a package.
Right.
It's using the package as an excuse for a starting point.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it
And
allows them
then
to,
you
it goes into
can-
value-added pricing, too,
Exactly.
because then I say, okay, well, this base is $750.
Right.
And they say, well, does that include dance floor lighting, or does that include uplighting, which is the lights you see at weddings that are up on the walls?
Right.
Does that include karaoke? Or I'm like, well, no, but we can take this part of the package off that you don't want and sub it. It's like going to McDonald's and ordering what you want and getting it for the same price. Something for free.
Right.
yeah.
But they're not. And so... And they don't care if they are. At the end of the day, they just want their day.
Right.
And at the end of the
They
day,
want
they
what they
just want what they buy from you. And at the end of the day, they want to be entertained. And at the end of the day, they want their products. So
Right.
if they get that, the price is not going to be what they remember. How you treated them, how you communicated with them over the course of the purchase, over the transaction, and what the end outcome was, or what they're going to remember. Money is the first thing on everybody's mind at the beginning, and the last thing they think about when they recommend you.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and the one sort of caveat I would add to they don't think about the money. They will think in terms of whether they thought it was a good value.
Agreed.
Right. And so it's not to say that they don't care about money at the end, but in terms
Yeah, if they think
they'll
they
remember
got ripped off.
if they think they got ripped off, that's a different animal, and no, you
Right.
shouldn't do that, right? But just that was just a caveat I wanted to add.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a friend named David Hyra who's also in the same industry that I'm in, and his phrase is "Don't be a can of soup."
Yeah.
Right? You're not, forgive the phrase, but Joe Schmo is. Sorry, this is just there are too many of them.
There's Joe Schmo. There's coffee, which is cup of Joe. There's
I didn't
Joe Blow.
I didn't
and
invent the.
it's a very generic name.
I'm sorry.
No,
How about can we
I've
just-
heard them all.
let's
I've
do
heard them
Gary
all.
from now on.
Gary Schmo.
Gary
Rob.
Schmo, because that,
Gary
that
Schmo.
rhymes.
Tell them what they
Gary.
want, Joe.
But yeah, it was the idea that also in appealing to your customer, it's the old. He explained it as the "sell me this pen" argument, right?
Right.
Because your client might come to you going, "Well, I need a pen," right? It's like, "Well, what are you using the pen for?" Right? Well, you're using the pen to write things down on paper that are actually going to be typed into a computer. What if I could just sell you a pen that automatically digitized it?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then you'd want that, and you didn't even know you wanted that because you didn't know that was an
Yep.
option. So
Right.
it's important to listen to your customer,
Absolutely.
hear them, and then find out what the best way to serve
Car
them.
dealers do same
Yeah.
same principle. That
And-
they sell you things you didn't even know you wanted.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
and the other thing that, I feel it really comes back down to the issue on this one is people want to do business with people that they like.
Yes.
You-
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
You
summed
may
up in a
not
nutshell.
have
there.
the best product, the
True.
best prices, but if you
Very true.
can talk to people in a level that makes them feel important,
Right.
you want to guide them through a process and say, you know what, I truly believe that I've got the best product that
Right.
you can
Yeah,
offer.
and
You can buy.
Because so rarely it's a raw commodity type situation, right? Now, if it's a raw commodity, I'm buying 30 tons of steel,
For this amount of money.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who has the lowest price on steel
Right,
And then you
today?
can only compete on price.
right?
Right.
And that's all that matters.
Right, and as
Beyond
soon as,
that
as soon as you start talking
environment,
about-
right? Yeah, exactly. Right. Beyond once you start moving past anything that's commoditized, that's okay. How do I feel about this?
Right, and as we look at basic economics, and we talk about the fact that when the only thing that a competitor against you has the ability to do is
compete on
undercut
price.
you, that's just a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
not a
good
sustainable
for any,
business
that's
model.
not sustainable business model. That's not good for anybody in the economy.
Nope.
You're gonna ground your business. You're
Right.
gonna ground your area
Well,
that you're talking
and
about.
you're also
Yeah.
likely to-
maybe you're too small
Right.
to actively
But,
affect
but that's
that.
the
But at
thing,
same
like
time,
like
you're-
people feel like
you're
they
messing
can't
up
compete
everything
against
out
the
there.
big guys, and you absolutely can.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're small.
Right, and-
Because
More agile.
you're more
This
agile,
is-
you're more maneuverable. You could do customer service like the
Yep.
big guys can't
And that is a big.
dream of
And
Talk
that's
to the
because
same
they're
person
too
every
big.
day. Right?
Exactly.
While you're small, you have the ability to make relationships that will last as long as you are in business.
And as long as you maintain
Right.
those.
And going back
relationships.
to the topic, which is using current customers
I
to.
don't think we've actually introduced that.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's.
I thought we did.
Well,
say
that's
that.
kind of the
We
other
got plenty
side.
to talk
Hey,
about.
stay tuned.
We're going fine. I'm relating things as we're going
Right.
along.
Come
so.
on now. It's